Hello, I'm Nelsa, and welcome to my page, The Wild Card. If you're new here, I am a psychosocial recovery coach, and I marry psychosocial with tarot and crystals and oracle, and that's where my messages come from. I'm also somebody who's been through a lot of trauma, so I help my clients move from a place of trauma or chaos to a place of calm where they can reset their life and really feel like they have purpose to move forward. So I've already pulled the cards today. So if you are somebody who's in the twilight years or heading into that really cool era where your children might be all grown up, you might have grandchildren. I've got 4 little granddaughters, and it's such a beautiful season if we embrace it. So I did the reading on this today, on this time of our life. What a time to be alive. First card is the 9 of Pentacles. And she's telling us this is a time of health and wealth establishment. You might not feel healthy, you might not feel wealthy, but have you made a decision that this is a time of your life where you are absolutely going to be wealthy and healthy? So how are you going to do that? You're going to follow the signs. You're going to be telling yourself, I am entering into this different part of my life where when I was in my 20s, we were all worried about what people thought of us, right? And then we get to our 40s and we think, I don't care what people think about me. And then we get to close to their 60s and we think, no one was thinking about me anyway. So this is when you've got to really think about yourself. What do you want? Do you want a wealthy lifestyle? And when I say wealthy, it also includes the abundance of knowing that everything that you have brought into your life thus far has been because you have ordered it. You may not have ordered it consciously, but subconsciously, we have somehow told the universe, this is what I want. So if a part of your life is feeling pretty shitty, you probably ordered that too. Sorry to tell you that, but I had to come to the place where I thought, did I make this happen? Did I cause this happen? Did I, and because I was always worried about things, then I call in more things to worry about. And even though that sounds foolish, it's what happens. So if you want wealth in your life, not just wealth as in money, but wealth in friendships, wealth in your healthy lifestyle, wealth in your thinking, then you've got to make a decision like I did. I'm going to be wealthy and I'm going to be healthy. So then you have to make a decision. Okay, what am I going to do about that? What's my part to play? My part to play is about this small. I've got to decide what I want, and you do too. But the universe's part is huge. So whose part has to be played first? Mine and yours. Because we say, I want this in my life now. And then the universe moves everything into our life so we can get it. So I wanted to be really healthy and be my best when I turn 60, which is actually in 4 or 5 months, in December. End of December, I'm 60. I wanted to be the best that I could be when I turn 60. And that's all about this card. I want to be healthy, I want to be wealthy. So I said this and I put it out to the universe, and then I got heaps of ideas. Okay, what are you going to do? So I started a 6-month life reset using tarot. And I do it over on TikTok. And every day I'm posting something, whatever the tarot card says or whatever the oracle card says, I have to look at my life in that way. Now the first card that came up said, it wasn't just my mind or my body that I was going to be resetting. It was my mind, my body, and my soul. And that's what I've been doing. So when I first started the reset, which was actually 54 days ago, and the reason I know that is because I posted a card every day, and today was the 54th card. So when I started, I had a goal. I wanted to lose 20 to 30 kilos. So now I've lost 13.8 kilos, and I'm so happy with myself. So that's what I mean when we have a part to play. First part is we've got to say what we want. Second part is put it out there to the universe, to God, your guides, your angels, whoever it is that you call upon, and yourself, and figure out, okay, how's that going to happen? Because the universe wants to bring things in for us, but we've still got to do our part. The next card that I pulled, the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups tells us it's the time for love. Maybe not a new relationship, but it's a time to fall in love with myself. Have you ever put yourself first and really fallen in love with yourself? We're so busy raising families or being a corporate boss or looking after family members, or we were so busy loving everybody else that we forgot about ourselves. If you haven't forgotten about yourself, well done. But I did. I forgot about myself. I didn't actually know that I could put myself first, but I am now. Does it come with kickback? Yes, it does. Because not everyone likes you putting yourself first. Usually, your partner. Whoops. Did I say that? Yes, usually your partner, because your partner wants you to put them first. Well, I'm nearly 60, so I'm deciding what I'm going to do with my life, and I'm putting myself first. That's not in a selfish way. That's in a way of saying, you have loved a lot of people in your life. Now it's time to love yourself the same way, or even better. The third card that came up is the Crone of Wands, or the King of Wands. See her? She's a badass adventurer, and she's probably a grandmother like me. But my granddaughters, they call me Kuia, because that's our cultural, traditional name. So she's probably a badass Kuia there. She's on an adventure. She's holding that staff like it's her future. She's holding on to her future. She's taking her future in her hands, and she's saying, don't mess with me, because I've learned a few things along the way. See that book of knowledge? She's put all her knowledge down, and she's turning it into wisdom, and she's turning it into action. What kind of action? She's telling herself, life is not over. Life is just beginning, because we've raised our families, we've raised our partners. Yes, we've raised our partners. Now it's time to raise ourselves. She's getting a glow up, and so am I, and so are you, hopefully. She's getting a glow up. She's deciding, I've got more ideas in my life, and I'm going to check them out. I'm going to put some ideas into place, and I don't care what other people think about it. See this Nine of Cups? She's comfortable. She's satisfied. And that's where we're heading. Comfortable and satisfied. Actually, I am comfortable and satisfied now. But I'm going to be even more so, because I'm getting myself into shape. I'm challenging my mind. I'm so happy with where I'm at in my life right now. Now the next card is the Two of Wands. Look at her. She's got the world in her hands. Did you hear that? She's got the world in her hands. And so have we. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do when you get there? She's saying, discover. It's a time of discovery. What's there to discover? Well, there's me, discover myself, discover what I like. I quite like eating. I quite like creating food to eat. I like looking at food. I like looking at recipes. But there's a whole lot of other things that I like. I don't even know half of the things that I like, because I have been busy working, raising a family, doing things to care for other people. Now it's time to find out what I like, what you like. She's got two of these poles. She's got two poles she's holding, like her world. See, when the crone later on has just one, maybe she used that up. This is Two of Wands to the King of Wands, right? There's a little detail here. a full, rich life. But did we live and love ourselves in that full richness of life? Or did we let a lot of things go? The next card is the Strength card. Now let me tell you, the Discovery card, the Two of Wands, is in the middle of the reading, so everything else runs through that card. Strength. This is your strong place. This is your sweet spot. This is your personal power. You are strong. You are a strong, independent woman. You might have to tell yourself that a lot because you haven't necessarily been living like it. But you are, and I am. What does she do? She has strength. She has wings. Her wings are, she makes decisions and she doesn't back down from it unless she's wrong. And that's her beautiful feminine side too, because if she knows she's wrong, she's going to course correct. But her wings, she makes decisions so that it gives her wings to fly, doesn't clip her wings. You know what I'm talking about. There's been a lot of things in your life that your wings have been clipped and it hasn't been good for you. But you're rising up now. You're getting that glow up on. The next card is the Lovers. Sometimes you're going to get kickback from those lover people in your life, but that's okay, because they also need to know that you're special. You're so special that you're going to put yourself first. It's going to be disappointing for some of them because you might decide, I'm not cooking anymore. Other people can cook. We're still going to eat. You might decide, I'm not going to do everything the same way as I've always done it. Just because somebody else has wanted it, just because my partner's wanted it. So there's going to be a bit of heartache for other people, but don't worry, they'll get over it. You know what? The last card is the Hanged Man. Seeing things from a different perspective. You might have thought you couldn't put yourself first because of A, B, C, or D. Now, A, B, C, or D might be people, and they are probably putting themselves first. But this Hanged Man says, surrender to it. Surrender to it. Look at things from a different angle. Surrender doesn't mean give up. It just says, okay, this is this part of my life now where I am almost like a superhuman because I've got through so much of my life and I've been like a all things to all people, but not all things to myself. Say surrender to it. Love yourself. Surrender to the fact that we've gotten to this age and stage in our life and there's still a lot more to come. Surrender to the place of loving yourself and see what comes up. It's a really exciting journey. Thank you for joining me.